for this session. So at this moment, I'd like to call upon Felix to introduce himself and also just proceed to what he has for us this evening. Thank you, Felix. If you can hear me, please come out of mute.
Hello, everyone, and thank you very much for joining us tonight. Yes, my name is Felix Malombe. I work with students, teachers, and school leaders to draft and create technology plans for their schools, just trying to see what is possible with the technology in the classroom today and the days that are past or that are coming. Let me just start by recognizing various teachers that are here. Thank you, Julius, for being here. Benson, you're always a blessing to see you around. Christine, what a moment again to see you here. Danson, we hope that you're going to benefit from this session. Thank you, Daniel Maina, for joining us tonight. This is going to be an interactive session, and I'm very sure Dennis and Dennis Kipto, the two twins there, in terms of names, will be critical in the discussion that we're going to be handling today. Esther D, of course, our very own Immaculate. Mr. Joel, thank you very much for joining, for organizing and putting us together. I take this opportunity to appreciate also Joseph Karanja, Juma Mishi, our amazing leader there, Kevin Kemboy, pleasure to see you around, and Mr. Koril. It's always a good time to connect with you. Martin Gikungu, we are grateful that you're here and we're going to be learning together. We have two Maureen Shipota and Maureen Shipota again. She's trying to join with two gadgets, and I'm very sure we're going to have a good time as we interact. And last but not the least, we have, no, it's not actually the last, it's Mercy Kwendo that I'm looking at the moment. But we have also Mercy Sore, who is also joining us from, sorry, I forgot, Mercy, where you come from, but I'm going to be looking into that from the chat group, or even as you introduced yourself when we are talking. Mr. Ongeri from Kisii, Manakombo from Mombasa or Kilifi. We have Priscilla, Robert Motari of Uhuru Gardens Primary School, Sedijilo of Tana River, of course, our own friend Sarah, and Tobias Kahindi, who is also joining us from Kilifi. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us. And this is going to be a very short and amazing session, very interactive, activity-based, and it will usher us into the new dispensation of starting to look at what is possible and how we can become professionals in the area of integrating technology using one of the tools that we consider in our teaching and learning, and one which you use in every day through, when you call me, I'm very sure your contacts are saved on Google Cloud. And so that is something that is not new. We're just going to interact and see what is possible. But before that, allow me to play a short video. I always start with this video. It always gives me great pleasure to share it. So allow me to play it. And then we can begin from there. All right, there you go. I'm hoping it is starting to show. For some people, it might not have shown, or for others, it has started. I'm going to just play it shortly, and from there, we'll do an activity on which we start our discussion. Thank you.
STEAMLabs Africa was founded in the year 2017 with the common mandate of empowering young people and preparing the African continent with digital skills, financial inclusion or financial literacy and entrepreneurship, and environmental sustainability.
We are a non-profit organization that majors on educating students between 6 to 18 years old on the fourth industrial revolution technologies.
We have so many organizations working on STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. But we forget the arts bit of STEM education, hence the STEAM in STEAMLabs. And so for us, we believe that creativity is very important, especially in the sciences and when working on innovations and so on.
We focused mainly at the beginning on digital skills, but over time, we've been able to add to other members of our vision in terms of environmental sustainability and aspects to do with financial inclusion, because we realize these are core to the business.
Most people think about STEM and STEAM in the matter of coding, technology, and just that. But then it goes beyond that. We're talking about science and astrophysics. We're talking about mathematics. We're talking about arts as well. And arts goes in like, that is humanities, English. It goes in hand with technology and science as well.
We do that by introducing different pathways where kids can just plug in, not just to tinker with tech tools, but to also learn how to solve problems so that they're prepared for, using the tech tools once they get to higher levels of education like university and so on.
The problem is that we have not been encompassing these people in our day-to-day educational lives.
Talking about the types of learners, we have those, the reading, the visual, the kinesthetic, and the auditory.
In our STEAM approach, our focus is mainly on the framework that we've adopted, and we call it the 3 Ps of education. We start with problem, where we contextualize our knowledge in the basis of the African challenges. Number 2 is the process. That approach now gives us what we finally call the product, or some people call it the prototype, in the last stage.
We currently have a database of over 4,500 students and at least 900 educators around the country.
The sole goal of STEAMLabs is to inspire, inform, and empower the generations in Africa. First to students, to teachers as a secondary beneficiary, and finally to the community that we serve.
And thank you very much. That was just to allow 5 more people to join this session. So I'm just going to dive in once again and come back to the meeting, and we will start again by looking at what is it that we are covering today. As we said earlier, we are on diving in to check what is available in the marketplace, in the business world, for the purpose of preparing our teachers and preparing our students for their work, the future of work, but also for the future, of lifelong learning, which is core in all the educational reform that is happening both in our country, but also around the world. So thank you very much again for joining us. Today, we're looking at Google Workspace, and I'll take you down the memory lane in a few minutes. Allow me to take you through the memory lane about what happened a few years ago. And from there, we will be able to look into what is it that we are looking at. The year is 1998, 4th September, Menlo Park, California in the United States. And Mr. Larry Page and Sergey Brin come together while they were studying their PhD course at Stanford University in California. And exactly September 4th, as I mentioned, they formed what they would call the Google company. Together, they owned 14%. At the moment, they own 14% of the public listed shares and control 56 of the stakeholder voting power for through the super voting stock. That is Google LLC, the company that became a multinational technology company years later. I would like to request someone whose my mic is on to kindly mute it. And I want to say that at this stage, from 2nd October 2015, the CEO of Google LLC, which is a limited company, is Sudha Pichai, based in California, the US. After that, in 1998, a lot of things have happened. But what we learned is that this was a technology company. It was not an educational company. But because just like Microsoft, whom we are Microsoft Innovative Educator Experts and also Microsoft Fellows, by the way in which they have invested in education, Google also took a turn a few years later, and they started working on tools that can support business productivity. And around the year, around in the mid-90s, we know the Larry Page and the people had noticed that there is a lot that needed to be done, and they were trying to find ways in which they can work on things. And we are told the year is 2006 when Google Apps for domains or for internet platforms were created. And the year actually is in August 28th, 2006, which is like 8 years since it was launched. They now came up with a few apps, Google Apps. And now when I talk about Google Apps, I'm talking about Gmail, I'm talking about Google Docs, Google Slides, most likely closely related to PowerPoint. They started working on the Google Workspace under what were called the G Suite, the Google Suite, just like we have Office Suite. Some of the apps that had been launched by 2006, August 28th, included Gmail, which was launched in 2004. Google Talk, the instant messaging app that was used later on in 2013 was called Hangouts app. Google Calendar, which was an online calendar which helped people to organize themselves. Later on, they would have what they call the page creator. And page creator had some basic, was a kind of a basic web page, which did not include what we now call HTML and CSS stuff, which was also developing at that time. And the page creator is what now we call the Google Sites, which was later launched in the year 2008. By all this time, Google was starting to think about collaboration. And so there is a day in the year October 2006, when they had the official birthday month, which actually October 2006 is considered to be the year in which Google actually thought deeply about education and the workforce that is coming from the students or the learners who are coming out from schools, and they create what they call the apps package for schools. And so they call it GAFE, Google Apps for Education, GAFE, 2006. Later on, Google were also able to purchase what we now call the video host of the world, the YouTube, at the same year, and it added to the list of many apps that they could be included in the education package. So the GAFE included the normal or the very many apps, including Google Docs, which were promoting collaboration among teachers and students, whether it is higher education, that is universities and colleges, but also in the K-12 space, primary and secondary schools. The year is 2007, and now they were starting to charge their products. The premier launch was done. And this included people would be able to get a Google admin account. They would be able to create docs. They would work on presentations in which were now what we call Google Slides were called Google presentations. The Google spreadsheets would later be rebranded as Google Sheets in 2012. And in the year 2008, Google Sites were introduced, as I had mentioned earlier. In 2009, the Google apps were no longer for beta testing. I mean, like that time, they had just been giving options to try and play around. But now in 2010, they had released everything as Google apps in the space, including Google Apps for Education. The year 2011, again, they reduced the number of features that had been given for free, and they started, charging. In fact, we are told Google Apps for Business costed $5 per month. That is like 500 or 600 shillings, according to the dollar amount at the moment, 600 shillings per month. Everybody wanted to have Google Apps for Business or to do some work, whether it is a school that wanted to buy, it would be buying Google Apps for Business, but again, also related to education so that they can actually enjoy work. 2012, Google Drive was launched. This was in competition with what we normally call the OneDrive. That time it was called Google OneDrive. It was called the SkyDrive, the Microsoft tool for storage. It's called the G Drive, created with 5 GB storage, free storage in the space or in the cloud. Later on, they unified Google Gmail and Google Drive, and users were allowed to have 30 GB. And we know right now it is 15 GB for free, but if you want to add, like I have done, you can increase your amount of storage for Google to, you need to mute someone, sorry guys. Sorry for that, let me just mute someone. I fear you can hear some clicks. Kindly, you're encouraged, James, if you can put your camera off so that you can save on data and so that you can retain the process. All right. I'm still able to hear that person. I think I'm going to ask Joel to mute everyone so that we can turn off clicks. All right. Thank you. All right, so we continue. I'm going to ask James Okama to kindly put his camera off, just for the purpose of ensuring that we are on course. Yes, again, 2013 collaboration was improved by introducing Google Hangouts that I mentioned earlier, and today it has been replaced by Talk. Like Google Talk and Google Hangouts has now been replaced almost totally by Google Meet, which is the tool that we use to to engage. So although Hangouts was very popular and I used to chat on my Gmail, it was replaced by Google Talk, and a few years later, Google Meet took center stage. Google Talk is still, I think, available. 2015, again, there was some restructuring whereby now we are talking about the CEO coming on board. And in 2016, this is when the Google apps were no longer GAFE, Google Apps for Education or Google Apps for Business, and it was now rebranded to what we call the G Suite. I know today we are talking about the G Suite, but we're not talking about the G Suite today, actually. Today we are talking about something else. 2016, again, Google Sites were released, online meeting released, chat and meet released. 2019, just a few days before COVID-19, October 9, 2019, Javier became the vice president, working very closely with the other guy, Ishai, who is the CEO. All right, in 2020, the Google Suite was renamed to Google Workspace. And this workspace unified all Google products and communication apps into a single platform, which was called the Google Workspace. And after COVID struck, we are told that Google Workspace was represented as a hub designed for remote teamwork, both for business, but also for schools. And in 2021, this workspace continued to become better, and a lot of activities were added. Last year, that is 2022, they started including AI-driven features of productivity, and you'll see, based on what you're going to be experiencing, a lot of artificial intelligence and coordination is happening between Google Docs and Spaces, and many other of these items that we are developing for this day. As we go on now, there is so much that is happening under Google Workspace for Education and Google Workspace for Business. And we are going to look at what is it that Google is offering for us to be able to do so. But before we do that, how about we start with an activity that is going to test our basic knowledge? Are we ready for Kahoot? Let's do this. It's going to be in team mode. So let's see which team wins. All you need to do is go to kahoot.it. Joel, you know how to do kahoot.it, and that is how we're going to do our first activity to just check what it is that we can do. Right. Personal devices. This is a Kahoot in terms of teamwork. I'm going to share my screen once again, and I'll share the pin. All you need to do is go to Kahoot on your Google Drive. Sorry, I'm already in the work. On your browser, Kahoot it, and you'll be able to see. On your drive, you'll be able to, not on your drive, on your browser, whether it's Google Chrome or another, please go to the link shared on the chat. And if you cannot access the link, please proceed to where are you? I'm going to share my screen now, and then you'll be able to see the code. You either join a team, Team Fire, Team Ocean, or Team Sunshine, and this is how we're going to do it. The code is 186, or the pin 1867497. Thank you very much for joining. If you can do this as soon as you can, to be good. So again, you go to kahoot.it on the chat, and you'll be able to get it. Thank you, Flying Piranha, Green Eagle. We have Daring Yak. I don't know if it's giving you option to pick your name, but if it's giving you options to choose your name, it's still okay. Oh, it's giving you random names. I understand. It's okay. You can still do that. But the questions will come to you directly. You just want to know which team wins. Once you do that, you'll be able to get to a team. We have 8 members who are participating in this battle at the moment. Please do plug in, because we're going to start in the next 1 minute. If we can ensure that we are in. Thank you very much. In 1 minute, we should be able to start, so that we pull together and pull through. Some of these things we already know, but we're going to review and see their significance in the classroom practice. All right, 1 minute remaining. Study the members that are there. We go to kahoot.it once again. All right. If we're having a challenge, again, I will say the pin is provided there, and the link is on the chat, kahoot.it. We should be able to join in. If you have not been able to sign in by now, I just need 1 more person, and then I'll start. Looking at what is possible with Google Workspace, what is Google doing to support education and prepare the learners for their workspace as well. 1 more person, you can get 1 more person. All right, then we shall start with these ones. You shall see what is possible. Going to start. Thank you very much. If you've not been able to join, that pin will also appear down there. It's Google Workspace for Education, a training for teachers for today. Look at your screen on your phone. It will ask a question, and it will also find an answer for you, where you can retain, hold, search, export your emails and chat messages. It's like the Google admin. The Google admin. The faster you click, the better. You have like 8 seconds. 7, 5, 3, 2, and 0. It's called the Google Fort, because that vote, that's where you host all the messaging. It's okay. That was just a teaser for you. Let's see if the second one will be easier. But at this stage, Team Ocean is taking a lead, and all the members of Team Fire did not get it right. Let's see which team is on the rise. You can make and analyze surveys for free. Surveying people, getting to know. You want to collect data for your masters? Where will you use? What will you use? It's okay. Even pure guesswork works. And 2 members were not able to do that. Well done, everyone. Let's see which team is taking a lead at the moment. And you can see Team Fire came on fire and they took over just after missing everything else. Are you guys communicating, Team Fire? A Google application that you can use for chatting and video calling. This one is easy. Do we have Facebook Messenger here? Let's see. There you go. It's Google Meet and it's provided. We do not have a Google Messenger. We have Google Meet and Google Chat. And Sunshine comes back to take the lead. Now, everybody has got an opportunity to lead. Let's see. Hangouts, slides, and Gmail are all examples of the faster you click, the better for your team. We have 3 minutes to complete this assignment. So if the faster we click, we can go. And if you want to participate in this, remember that you go to kahoot.it down there. The game pin is 1867 497. 1867 497. It will always be there. 1867 497. All right. And Team Fire is coming back. A Google application where you can create and edit documents online. Google PowerPoint, I don't know, Google Windows or Microsoft Windows, Google Docs or Google Drive. Let's see. For document processing, what do we call this? And the answer is the Google Docs. That is Google Docs. Thank you very much. It complements not complements, it's the Microsoft Word version for Google Docs. And Timotion, again, taking lead. This one is for making charts and graphs online. Charts and graphs online. The mimics another in Microsoft. What is this? And there you go. It's Google Sheets representing spreadsheets for graphs and charts and mimicking Microsoft Excel. Let's move on. And Team Sunshine sustains their lead. Let's see, true or false? That was supposed to give us a break for those who have been breathing heavily, so that we can just get a free moment. And in 3, 2, and 1, yeah. Let's see which team is leading. Someone said it's boring. Right, application similar to PowerPoint presentation through online, and not PowerPoint online, a Google tool for presentations. The presentation tool for Google. We will see in a moment what it is that you're saying. There you go. It is Google Slides, my people. Thank you very much. It is PowerPoint presented through online, but for Google, it is Google Slides. Thank you for those who said Microsoft PowerPoint because they can relate with that. Cloud storage and backup files for photos, videos, and documents. As you answer this one, I like to say Google Plus was disabled, no longer a social site. For storage, launched a few years there. That is Google Drive. Thank you very much, everyone. Hey, Sunshine, who are you guys? We're coming for you. Online platform where you can create and share web pages for free. Pages, web pages. It was called Page Creator a few years ago. Now, you can come up with your own website on Google. Those are some of the products that students can come up with. A student can come up with a website for your school on Google. I almost said the answer, sorry. It's Google Sites, people. Thank you very much. Yes, it's Google Sites. Yes, I don't know. People say to google.com. I don't know why. And on fire, my tech fire. 900 points to take over. Where can you keep track of your events online? So like today we had a training. Where do you save that? Did you save it somewhere? When you have meetings, where do you schedule? How do you stay organized? Knowing there is a conference coming on, the midterm is coming on, you have a ratio or your child's birthday. This is on Google Calendar, and stay organized with Google Calendar. Team Sunshine sustains their lead. All right, Google app for sending emails, pictures, and big files. For storing files. Then that is Gmail. Gmail. Is it Google Mail or Gmail? I know Team Fire might argue, or Team Sunshine. Let's see. It's Sot Emotion who are going to argue. Okay, sorry for that. I'm going to move to the next. Finally, we have a digital whiteboard. A digital whiteboard. What? There is a mistake here, people. There is no answer. It is not here. I would like to ask someone from the on call to tell me what that thing is. The answer is not there. It's not Google Plus. It's not Google Plus. The answer I
May
missed.
I answer, please?
Please go ahead, answer and introduce yourself.
This is Robert. This is Robert Motari.
Yes.
Jamboard. Jamboard.
It's Jamboard. Jamboard is Jamboard. Is the one that should be the answer. I think I made a mistake there because I was grappling to conclude. And the team that takes the third position. If you're on Team Fire, you can congratulate yourself. You can go to the meeting. And Team Sunshine, where are you guys? Can we see your holulations or something? React. Can you go to React and do something like that? Well done. Well done. There you go. Amazing work. Allow me, guys, to move very fast. And I'm going to now dive into thank you, and well done, Said Gilo and your team members. Dennis, Benson for rising to the occasion. Yes, Daniel Maina, well done with your team for sustaining a lead there and under Google Workspace. So without much ado, I'm going to take you through this as a presentation very fast, and then I'm going to just do an activity with us to see what it is that we are saying. But we know that each and every one of us has what we're calling the, I'm going to just share my screen once again, has what we call the Gmail account. Probably everyone has got Gmail account. And that Gmail account is what we are asking you to see if you can use it in the classroom. Because once you get a Gmail account, you already have Google Workspace for education. I did tell you a story about how it came into being. It used to be called the Google Suite. Before that, it was called the GAFE, Gmail, Google Apps for Education. Before it was later called the Google Suite. It's no longer called Google Suite. It's now called Google Workspace for Education. And it has apps including Gmail. You can see from the beginning, we have Gmail. We have Google Calendar. These are the icons for the same. We have what we call the Google Drive for storage. We have another one there for Google Keep. We have the Google Meet for the meetings. And then we are told how it had moved, and I've talked about the story about it. But why Google Workspace? Why would we talk about this as education, EdTech and Innovation, EdTech and Innovation Hub as a group, as a team, as a community? Why are we talking about this? Because as many might not even know, Google Workspace is free for education institutions, including your school. If your school can have a Gmail account, you are allowed to have, you can set up your own Google Workspace and you can use the tools for free up to a certain limit. And that is why we would consider this tool, because it's democratized. It's the educational technology released. And why do we need it? Because Google Workspace is all online. So if you have internet or you have gadgets that can connect to the internet, you can use it. Maybe we are looking at the results, and I'm going to be coming into that in a moment. We want to see who was number 1, number 2. Digitally, you can be the head teacher of this Westlands Primary or Kabete what? Vet Lab Primary, and you'll be the one that is hosting all the student data in a Google worksheet, and you can leave that on cloud, whether you are there or not. The teacher comes after you can keep that. It's all in the cloud. And what I mean is that there are data centers that are keeping that information for you. You don't need to worry. You can access it from any computer connected to any browser, not software needed, not admin access needed, no admin access needed. And what about collaboration? Google Workspace allows you to collaborate with your peers. The beauty about Google, and guys, I'm Microsoft in a big way, but I'm saying the thing about Google is that everybody, including my grandmother, who only knows how to go down and up and down on the phone that I got her the other time, knows how to navigate, can as a Gmail account, so they can access it. And the good thing about collaboration, when I'm talking about collaboration in the classroom, we can create work with the students, we can create work with teachers, and you can work on our phones outside our laptops. So for those people who say, oh, but we don't have laptops, no. So I had a boss who used to tell me, but I had to correct her. So I almost said that myself. So, I mean, like, those people complain a lot about many things. You have your phone, you can collaborate on a Google Doc, on Gmail using your phone. So you cannot label Google for this one because they got you covered. You can share and collaborate without worrying about what software the other person has. The other thing is about the Google tools are all connected under one umbrella, the Google Workspace. This allows all tools with one login. So it's called single sign-on. If you have your Gmail account, that is enough to go to Jamboard, to go to Google Docs, to go to Google Slides. You can use that across various tools. And that's where you can see the Google Forms that are done for your master's project or even for your degree or whatever that is you're doing, whether it is your business or for me, like when I was collecting data for that survey that we were doing. Google Sites, you could come up with a website for your work, especially those people who are selling stuff, lesson plans. And those are the things that I was saying, EdTech Innovation Hub, we must have to think about. If you want Google resources in one place, we can use Google Form to collect the data, or we can actually create a Google Drive where people can deposit Then access is given to the leaders whom we are choosing. Like we said, Benson, Joel, and the lady Mishi are holding on that. If you want to do the percentage of the schools, here KCC was not done very well. I was talking to the people from Alliance School. They are organizing an inset or a workshop. And they could be showing us using Google Sheets how the performance was for mathematics this year, and that's why they are starting to convene such. So Google is here to help us, the Google ecosystem. I say Google ecosystem because it's the Google Workspace. Here are some of the apps. We have Google Classroom for collaboration with the students, assignments given to them, Google Document that can be shared with them, Google Slides, Google Sheets, Google Slides for PowerPoint, Google Docs for writing, like word processing, like Microsoft Word, Slide for Google, like something like Microsoft PowerPoint online or even offline, Google Sheets like Microsoft Excel, excuse me, Google Forms for collection of data, just like Microsoft Forms, Google Drive as a host of our photos since we were born. That is Google Photos, also connected to Google Drive, and Gmail. Every image, every communicate that you want to do, whether it's official or even if you want to save someone's email, you can save it on Gmail. Google Contacts are also connect to Gmail and Google Drive. That's why I was telling, if you call me, chances that you're using Google to call me. And many people don't know that because all your contacts could be saved on Google Contacts. Google Meet, we are using Microsoft Teams today. But also Google Meet is also an option that you can adopt. It's for free and it's used by other partners and other people. And we also use it in our classes. Google Calendar for organization, Google Keep for note taking and ensuring that nothing is missed when you're doing meetings, and the admin to keep you. These are just a few because I've not even brought Jamboard, which you're going to look at. At the mention, I can see the productivity tool, the one that ensures that your work is going in the right direction. Whether you are working with the government, you are working with a partner, we are working with planning an event like we did Teens Innovation Week, you can use Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Calendar, and Gmail, Google Meet, and Google Drive. These are just a few of what we are going to say. And you can go beyond and create a website, your own website on Google Sites. And all you need to do is click on Google Sites, and it will guide you. By the way, there are also Google Podcasts that you can create your own content. Google Forms for collecting information from responders, Google Classroom for interactive classroom. And if you are a teacher of geography and history, you can take children to Kolkata in India and tell them where people from, is it Balenciaga? No. Bangladesh. I keep hearing Balenciaga. I don't know what it means, but there is Bangladesh in 1947. They ran to come and save themselves in India, in Kolkata city, and they became members of India. When you are teaching history, that is, and geography, to talk about the lives of the people and what they were doing, economic activities, you can use Google Earth and Google Maps. You can also talk to the students about what it is that they are doing. Just talking about this, even if your students don't have Google Workspace account and can't get access to devices right now, your Google Workspace tools can be very powerful as a productivity tool behind the scenes and as a presentation tool during active learning. You can also collaborate with your teachers to prepare lessons and prepare events, especially when you're hosting events like I just talked about Alliance High School, or even others like the Prize Giving Day. You can use Google Workspace to stay organized. This is one-sided guided learning. And just to say something about Google Classroom. Google Classroom is designed for two-way tool, requiring you to use a Google Suite or the Gmail account, and you can access also it from anywhere. Google Site can also be used in many ways, but it does not require two-way use, though it suddenly becomes more robust if we can, encourage people to work. So you can make a website with your students. 5 of you are collaborating to make the same website. One is working on About Us, another one is working on Contact Us, another one is working on what the school is doing. We can look at some of how we can use for Google Workspace for student centered learning. But I'm just saying this is where you can actually connect students using a device, whether it is in the lab, and they can use Google Docs and to just plan to work together to complete an essay or to create a composition. Let me give this example. So there is a framework and you guys can look at this as framework for ICT integration called, I'm going to place it on the chat. You can Google it later. It's called SAMR model. It's a framework of ICT integration. Please do look at it. At one point, we might look at it. Integration. Look at it, and you can see how you can. Yes, Mrs. Sorry, you're saying it's a type of a shoe that is trending for young ones. Yeah, I teach Sunday school and I see them with the Balenciagas. That's why I picked it. SAMR model, focusing on what it is that we can do with technology. So you can do substitution. You can augment. You can substitute something in your classroom. You can. Like if you are teaching, you can substitute. If your students are working on let's talk about a teacher of English. You want to write a composition. Now, the normal way of writing composition is getting a pencil and a book or a paper, and then you write that I woke up very fast and I was sweating profusely. And then the students say, continue. Now the the students are supposed to continue. Now you can give that work for a student to use a paper and pen, or you can substitute. So SAMR, you can substitute that by just saying S for substitution. Substitution, you can substitute that by giving the students to write that on Microsoft Word on their computer and write that form, what we call it, that composition on Microsoft Word by typing, or you can augment. You can use Microsoft Word, or you can use paper and then also do on Microsoft Word. So you use both. Then you can also modify. So by modification, you can ensure the students are using Google Docs, for example, or Microsoft Word online. I'm just trying to understand this. So the students are able to modify their activity. So instead of writing on paper or on Microsoft Word, they can actually come together, modify the work, modification. So use Google Docs or Microsoft Word, and the students can collaborate, or you can collaborate with the students and be able to mark online on a computer that has been written by students. These are levels of ICT integration. And finally, you can, I forgot the last one. Somebody who has Googled, what's the last one? Redefinition, right? I'm very sure SAMR model ends with redefinition. So in the redefinition, you can actually ask a child to come up with a Google site where they write their work. It can be seen by other people out there. You can come up with a blog, and then you can mark for them, but also it can be criticized by people out there, and the students can continue learning. These are some concepts that we can take up as we continue to help our students in student-centered learning. So Google Workspace supports these frameworks by way of ensuring that students are able to bring out those ICT integration frameworks with clarity, because you can use various tools to support the learners. It's designed based on, the warning is that designed based on device. If you expect students to use a keyboard, you probably want them to avoid using iPad. So if you want them to use touch screen, you might want to do that. If you don't want them to use touch screen, you might want them to, you just have to ensure that the workspace works, the Google Workspace works with the device, and whatever that you want them to do comes out very well. The issue is simplicity here, and Google Workspace is very good with simplicity, and it's easy for learners to explore because it's something they already know. Another greatest benefit of Google Workspace is the ability to set up students' success with precision. So you just give them Google Doc and tell them copy, and then they can actually make their own copy, and they can work on the document or Google Sheet or even a Google slide. The only thing you have to do as a teacher, because we are facilitators of learning, is to ensure that you give clear instructions so students don't get lost. Because the other things we can extend, Google Earth, Google Maps, Google Tour, which is also one of the tools that we do. Allow me to go to the real thing in the next few minutes. We are stretched. We started a bit late. I'm going to go to my Gmail. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to ask if you can go somewhere where you can, I'm going to just create a new, going to add a Google space. I don't need to sign in. And I'm just going to call myself EdTech. Okay, I know I've gone very fast, but let me just do this. I will explain later. If you can access a laptop, that's okay. If you can, just go to Google Chrome, just to do a demo shortly. So usually Google nowadays, Google Chrome is one of the tools that Google for Education is supporting. And it gives you the option of signing in with your account and putting all your emails. You can see these are my emails that I have with my students. Sometimes I keep them on my laptop to use. You can organize your work here by keeping a profile on the browser, which ensure that all the tabs that you have are saved. So what I'm going to do, and you'll see, if you're using Google Chrome, it already has Gmail. If you type google.com, some people say it's .co.ke, which is still okay, but focusing on google.com would be the thing. Mine is already translated in Swahili. I can translate to English and it goes back to the default. And the Google Chrome is the preferred browser for Gmail. People say sometimes when you open too many tabs, it gets very slow, but I've got used to it. Some people say some people can hack it, but anything can be hacked, you know that. So all I'm asking is you can go to Gmail, Google Chrome, whether it's on your phone, and you can sign in. You can sign in with your Gmail account. If you do not have an account, you can create one. And you can create up of personal use. The 3 ways of creating a Gmail account. For now, I'm going to use my email, my normal email. This is not a company email. And I'm going to put my password. I'm going to put my password. I can show you my password. No, I'm not going to show you my password. Okay, I'm going to sign in. I hope it works. Otherwise, my dreams will be crushed. Now, this is the other thing about Google Workspace. It gives two-factor authentication. So it's now linked to my phone, and I don't have my phone here. My friend has it, and it requires me to just take my Google Android phone or my Techno phone. It will allow me to, click, and then it will allow me to get in. For now, I'm going to skip this. I'm going to just find a shortcut, and I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to take a Google page like this one because it's logged in. So it allows me to link my phone to my laptop so no one can hack me. And that is the good thing about Gmail. So once I log in, and I'm assuming now I've been able to log in, I'll be able to see anything that I've bookmarked, things that I wanted to talk about, whether it is assessments, panel discussion that we have been doing, whether it is anything that I've been saving on what is that I want to learn. This we call the bookmarks. They are these things that I've imported from other things that I used to do in 2017, 2016. You can keep track of what you've been doing by using the bookmark feature here for Google Chrome. It's part of the Google Workspace tools. But that's not the topic of the day today. We'll look into that. I want to just go to this icon here, Google Apps. See, there are 9 icons here once you log in. If I click on them, we have all the Google tools for education or for working. And you see it saying more from Google Workspace Marketplace. You can click on this and look at this. These are all the other apps, third party and the normal one that are here. You can bring others. They are all here. Google is so organized, including code blocks, plagiarism check, is linked to Google Chrome, Google Analytics, all these things. Google Arts and Culture. Peer Deck is a platform connected to Google Classroom. This one works with forms. This one works with slides, Nearpod. These are tools that work with Google Sheets like Microsoft Excel, the one that work with Google Docs. Do you know you can even learn how to code for artificial intelligence? The people looking at ChatGPT and Bard AI for Google. You know, you can come to this and you can learn using a platform for those who code. We call it IDE, Integrated Development Environment. It's called Google Collaboratory. You can code in Python in that. So you can do everything on this Google Workspace. This is the marketplace, but we just go to the basic one, the one that we know. We click on this, and at the top, you'll see I have my account at the center. We have Google Maps. We have Google Search with the search engine. We have the YouTube, which was bought a few years ago. Of course, you know, the Play Store where you're getting the other apps. Google Gmail, Google Mail, Gmail. We don't call it Google Mail, by the way, it's Gmail. Drive, calendar, you can translate. You know how we translate Google Photos. Photos I've taken since I was a kid. Google News, Google Meet, Chat, Business, Shopping. Going down, we have the productivity tools. We have Docs, Blogger, Hangouts, Keep, Jamboard, Classroom, Earth, Google Collections, Finance, Google Sheets, Google Podcasts, Google Forms, and many more. The Google one is the one that you're going to pay for so that you can get more data and more support from Google Workspace. And it's actually $2,000 per year if you are looking at storing all your information and all the publications that you've done, all the work that you want to keep. Something to consider. Now, just going to pick 3 to demonstrate this. And for the classroom, for the teachers who are here, let's look into Google Jamboard. It is the dashboard. I'm going to pick the first one here. And this is EdTech and Innovation Jamboard. I'm going to copy this link. It's one of the tools that are there that can be used. What I'm doing, I just clicked. I went to my Gmail. Where was I? I'm going to go to my 9 dots there. And notice what as I've done. I've just opened a new tab and I went down to Jamboard. Yours, when you click it, you might not have all the things. These are the ones that I've been working on my personal email. On my work email is different at STEAMLabs and the other school that I support. If I log in with other school email that I support, the schools that I go to, you know, it will be different. Okay, so then I'm saying here I have only 4 Jamboards. And I'm going to open the EdTech and Innovation one, which is here. You can set a different background. You can change this to another one. You can even put a photo. I'm going to find a photo from somewhere, and I'm going to put this one. Someone needs to mute their mic. That's Lazarus Wambua. Thank you. Okay, so you can add anything from here. You can change the background. I'm going to change to something else, especially if I'm teaching math. And watch what I'm going to do. On this platform, you can use the pen, you can use the eraser, you can select a point, like if you want to select a specific place, you can add a sticky note like thank you, if a student has done the work, and we are all collaborating. You know, so I'm going to send you this, guys, and then we are going to do something together in a moment. I'm going to go, look at this, share. When I click share, it gives me settings. Felix Manombe, I'm the owner. Restricted general access. I'm going to allow anyone to access this, and I'm going to copy the link, and I'm going to ensure you can edit before I copy the link. Actually, edit, ensure you can, anyone can edit, not just view, and copy. And I'm going to place it on the chat for you guys to collaborate with me. How can I log in into, or rather create Google Workspace? Esbon, all you need to do is have a Gmail account. Okay, so if you click that link, it will actually tell you to sign in with your Gmail. Just click that link, Jamboard, on the chat. You'll see everyone coming on my screen. You'll see people collaborating with me here. I'm waiting for you guys. It's time to shine. There you go, Anonymous Minky. See, the problem is I told you guys anyone can log in. So what I want you to do, Anonymous, Minky and Anonymous, who is this other Anonymous? The person who has logged in, just click on it, by the way, it will sign in with your Gmail. I would like you to add an image from somewhere. Way to find an image from somewhere. Way to find an image of myself when I was a kid. I don't have an image. Way to add art. You can add your own image on this document. Imagine this is students working or teachers. Someone is already trying to write. You can also write using a pen. You can choose which pen you want and what color you want. Go to pick this one. And if I'm teaching math, like sometimes I teach math, I say the 2/3/4 plus 3/4 is equals to 5/4. I see someone is adding networks here. Is it packet tracer in CCNA? You can teach the students, you can do everything, you can go there, you can change. If you have a touch device, you can do something. Do you know you can also delete my work? Like this guy, I'm going to try to delete your work by clicking collect. This is select. I'm going to select your work and I'm going to delete it. Can someone delete my work, please? You can select, remember you can select what you want to delete and delete it. You can change the background while other people are still working. This is good. Can we do that, please, members? Yes, this is the dashboard for us to do stuff. Be careful, you can write on top of my head. You know, you can also come here, get something like this and put that in a square. You can duplicate that. If you're teaching shapes for Miss Immaculate Amayeye, you can come and teach. This is called semicircle. Even if it's teaching online or physically, and you can pour some ink inside. See, to make it, just to make it look nice. Feel like when the president was saying, the former president, hey, look at the action, guys. When the former president was saying they had to add another, another dam in I don't know where. And you see people are trying to move around. Do you know I can minimize your work? You know, I can make a different color. You know, this is the importance of collaboration. And if it's coordinated, hey, someone is trying to add a poster there. I'm going to delete that. See, some students can be naughty and do what you guys, someone else is clearing everyone's work. How do you stop this now? The craziness starts happening. And you can save your work as a PDF. You can save your work as an image. If you are controlling the class, by the way, you can get it done. Notice this. I can go to see version history. I can see which one was done by who did what. Can I go back to the one that was done at 9:15 because now it's 9:15 or 7:47, which I created? Can you see the version that I had at 7:47 p.m.? I can see the one that was at 7:55. I can try to click on this and see what versions are there. At 9:10, this was what's there. This is what was there in 9:11. This is version history. All I'm doing is going back to, and I can restore it to what it was. Look at what is going to happen. Everyone's work is going to be cleared. Now, you can start over at 9:15. This is the beauty of Google Workspace. And I'm just trying to touch so that we can see what is possible. Yeah, you can be able to do that. What is this laser doing? It's pointing. You know, the laser is pointing. If you are trying to explain a concept, that's laser. What about this box down here? It's a text box. You can add a text box here and you can write my name. This is about, it's about, okay, I don't know what that guy is, but I don't know why they are writing there. So you can play around with this a lot, you know. You can imagine what excitement Jamboard is going to bring. Okay, imagine you're wanting to have ideas from students sharing their details or sharing ideas. This is the place for ideating, and the students can share the ideas or groups can share their work from here. All right, that is Jamboard. I'm done, guys. This is for you to go and explore. I'm going to move to something else. Allow me to do that. Can you see, actually you can share this work in a meeting. You can start a meeting and start actually doing that. Because I'm giving the idea, someone can start a meeting. Let me stop. And then you can, we can start a meeting from these guys who are here. I can just click that and start a meeting for you guys who are here, who are collaborating on this, and you can start working. This is where, students can do their projects, whether they are at home or whatever it is that they are doing. Allow me to move to another tool in a moment, and then thereafter we can come back. I'm going to go to Google Drive, and I'm doing this in the next 3 minutes. Why? Because you guys keep telling me that you keep sharing content on the WhatsApp group, and I got worried. So these are my folders. I'm on Google One, and you see it's 200 GB, so you can buy yours as well. And I'm going to do something here. I'm going to go to New Drive. Wait, what did I do to get there? For the beginners or for starters, I'm going to click the dot there, and I'll just go to Google Drive. Yours might not have many folders, but it's chance that you have some. I have organized my folders to look like this. Some papers down here, they are not organized. I need to place them in the right folders. You need to have an organized folder like this. It's like your drawer. It's like your place of organization. And watch what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to create a folder. You can upload a file. You can upload a folder. You can see the productivity tools are here. They are all here. I told you about Google Collaboratory, Google Jamboard. For those who are coders, for those who are website makers, My Maps, Google Drawings, Google Slides, Hits, Documents, etc., etc. I'm just going to click New Folder. And I'm going to call this JSS. This is where we have a problem, people. GSS resources. You guys, we have been having this problem because GSS is new to us. This is junior secondary resources. And because I think Sophia, someone called Sophia, was sharing curriculum designs. We need to do this together. Okay, I create a folder called curriculum designs. Next to curriculum, I'm going to say schemes of work. Someone said I need to show them how to do this. How do I say that? And then share the link with the people. That's what I'm doing. Putting curriculum designs, and I'm going to look at my organization. Schemes of work. And finally, teachers. This is obvious. Those boring things we don't like doing, but we have to use them because of someone. If you're not going to be the teacher in that class forever, someone else is going to take over. So you have to have lesson plans. And for those who do something called medium-term plans, hey, I don't know what that calls, medium-term plans. In which case, the schemes of work are, wait, I forgot. The long-term medium plan. I don't know the difference between these things. I hear people saying things. Whatever it is. Now, watch what I'm going to do again. I'm going to go to curriculum designs, and I'm going to go to my WhatsApp group. My WhatsApp group. Again, I've connected my WhatsApp to this platform, to Gmail. Please, I can't say that. Someone else should say that. You tell us how to connect this. Your WhatsApp to come here. I'm going to go to the EdTech and Innovation Week. Innovation Hub. Come on. Stop. Okay, here I am. And I'm going to click here. I'm going to go down up there. I'm going to look for where my friend, is it Sophia, who was sharing the slides for. Look at these are notes. Actually, we need notes as well. I'm going to pick notes. To open notes. I'm going to go to some notes. These are schemes of work. Watch what I'm doing. Then I'm going to get another one for us. Going to go to looking for medium-term plans. The people keep sharing here. This is not good. Otherwise, curriculum designs, OMSANs. So I'm going to pick this. I wish I could get the lesson plans. Instead of sharing there, watch what I'm going to do. Let's go back to Google Chrome. I'm going to clean that. Google Chrome and GSS resources. Go to curriculum designs, and I'm gonna upload a file, curriculum, design, a file, upload a file. I'll go to my downloads and CD there, home science, curriculum design is there. That is for home science. And there it is. I'll leave that out. I'll go to schemes of work. I'll right click, upload a file for schemes of work. Is this schemes of work, by the way? Yeah, schemes 1. Schemes of work, term 1. I'm going to move, and where I have lesson plans, I'm going to call them notes. I'm just going to rename. Look at what I've done. I know I'm going to do fast because of the time. I'm going to rename, and I'm going to call them notes. And all the notes of all subjects can be added here. But because that's what I got, I'm going to go file upload. I'm going to go to my downloads and all notes. Where are the notes? There. I can upload that. This is how you stay organized, not for students, teachers, or my colleagues, school heads, and TSC leaders who are with us tonight. I want to just say this. This is how we stay organized for our work. And I know some of us might know this, so I might be saying something that makes me look like I'm telling you something new, or I'm just saying this for everyone else. So curriculum designs can be put in one entire folder, which is a file. Schemes of work can be put in another one. And now notice what I'm going to do. I'll go back to JSS. I'm going to go back to my drive. On JSS resources, I can right click. By the way, the moment I click on it, notice this. If I'm not clicking on anything, at the top here, there is nothing. But here I click on JSS resources. Something comes here. A link comes. I can add people. I can delete the folder. I can also change the color of the folder. I'm changing the color of the folder. Oh, by the way, GSS is not red. Let me not just be mean. GSS is fun. I'm going to give it that color. I don't know what that color is. And by the way, look at my work. It doesn't look good. I need to stay organized by changing the colors of the folders. But since I'm on this one, I can even, rename it. I can move it so it's another folder inside another one. I can add it to my drive so that anywhere I can see it. And the part that I wanted us to see, fellow teachers, is the link. Click on the link and now play around with the link. The owner is known, it's Felix Malombe. The access, it can only be accessed by me only, but I can also change to, I can give these people access. Can someone give me an email access here so that I can give them on the chat? Please can anyone give me an email I can share with? Oh, Joel. Okay, thank you, Joel. Anybody who can give me a link, an email I can use to just share with them? Someone, just one person. Give me an email. I'm going to ask Benson to give me an email. There, Benson is so fast. Let me use Benson's, guys, just for now. Benson is so fast. Thank you, Benson. I'm going to share with someone, Control C, and I'm going to go to this, click on the link. You can share with specific people by adding someone's email like that one, Benson Andole. And I am giving him right to view, to comment, or to edit. Usually I would like him to edit so that he can add. If you give them to view, they will only see what is available. They will not be able to edit. And I can tell him, Ben. Mr. Ben, okay, sorry. Mr. Ben, this is where we put our STEAM resources. I'm just saying, if you have a STEAM folder, Juma, Mishi, and Joel Kahindi, this is where you put our STEAM resources. Then you guys can manage that. Imagine if all your details are shared like that. And then I send, or I can copy the link and share with Ben. If I share this link on the chat, you guys will not be able to access my folder because you're not given the rights. So to give everyone the rights, I can go back and click restrict to anyone with the link. Guys, once they give you access to this link, I'd like you to upload what is possible on the chat. You can do this on your phone now. This one is not hard because everyone has got that. Going to copy the link and I'll place it on the chat. It's not Benson who is accessing it only. Everyone else is. There you go. You can upload details. From WhatsApp, you can actually upload, or even Robinson is here, so you can upload that. And Finally, guys, I said I'll do that in 3 minutes, but I think if I did that in 3 minutes, I would have messed up. Allow me to just show you the calendar, because that is where everything happens. Google Calendar. You can schedule, including your lesson plans, your lessons rather. You can put your calendar details here. You can see everything that I've been doing. I scheduled all my meetings here. This is where you put your meetings, including the one that need an online meeting, or you can organize your week. You can organize your month, including through ratios here. 2 days before the day, it will remind you. 1 hour before the time, it will remind you. This is the power of the calendar. Now, I'm calling every school administrator, including Ovinson, who is the teacher of English, who can actually help the school with this. Every school event should be on Google Calendar for the school email. So I'm asking people, nobody should come out of this meeting without this. So we should be able to do this. Let me show you what I did for someone a few years ago. Let me see. Going to pick, you can change to view in terms of a day or a week or a month. These are my meetings, people, based on the month of December. I had Teens Innovation Week meeting, GCI Church, one-on-one with branding, TIYW follow-up. These are how my calendar was looking like in December. In January, it was looking like this. My anatomy course, my Microsoft GTP meeting, everything else. If you go to December, it was looking like this. If you go to November, it was not, October, it was not looking so bad. You can see 5 a.m. to 17:30. If you have more, even for more meetings, and you can see they are listed. This is how you stay organized also in terms of personal space. By the way, you can even schedule a mental health session. This is my year 2022, and how it was organized using Google Calendar. You can stay organized like this. This is when I did not know about it, or I used Microsoft. This is April 2021. You can track what you are doing at what time, or what you did, or where you saved the resources for if it's a PowerPoint that you're working on. 2020. Let's see how 2020, I can do now, I can pick a year. This is how the year 2020 was looking like. I can pick 2017. Let me see if there is anything I was doing in the month of February 2017. No, 2016. I was not doing anything. But if, and watch this, I go to an email like this one. I used to work in a school. I'm going to pick an email. I used to work in a school called Hillcrest. It's called, I'm going to put my password. I can't remember the password very well. This was 10 years ago. 20. Okay. And I tried to, no, I can't remember the password. Okay, I'm going to try to remember my password. Allow me to do that. Man, I need to get my phone. Just give me a minute. Two-factor authentication. I'll do this once again. May do that. All right, please go to my Gmail. Sorry. Just want to do this so that we can be able to track and organize our work. right. Try another way. Okay, I just did that. Get the code from my phone as well. You can use another way to connect with this. So it sent me a code, two-factor authentication for security. And this is me at Hillcrest. I want to see if I have a calendar for what was happening the year 20 what? 2014, 2015. I'm going to pick February or March. I'm going to pick what was happening there. Wait, all my events were cancelled. They were all removed. Oh, I need to change from that to, oh, there you go. See, you can play with your calendars from here. So I'm going to cancel Felix where Felix is involved. But I'm going to pick the prep school calendar. This is what was happening in that school at that particular point, because I used to make the calendars. Staff inset, year 2, year class 8 boarding, you know, office closed, all that. You can do this for your school and you can send parents using your Gmail account for the school. Like that. And that is the work that I used to do, including international days. Like this is International Day of the World's Indigenous People and so forth, the UN days. And that is my Gmail those days in 2018, 2017, 2014. There is so much we can do with Google Calendar. So how do you do that? You create a calendar, create a new calendar. And once you create a new calendar, you give it a name. I'm going to call this my girls. And I'm going to say school calendar and share with the parents. And since African time, sorry, this may not work because I left the organization. It's just my old logins. They don't work anymore. I now configure the calendar. I don't know what's happening, but then it should come out as a calendar like this one. So I now can go to a day in this year, 2023, in March. I will say March 1st is only March 3rd is when you're going for midterm. I'll create an event for March, and I can give it the event is Parents Day. Parents who are at home can join the meeting using the link. It will be between 10 and 11 or 10 and 4 p.m. They can join from home, and that day it can be sent to all the parents' emails. I'll edit there. You can add guests. So I'm going to add now. I don't know who to send now because you remember this is not my official email, so I can't use it because it's not allowed. But I would pick a name like what I had picked earlier, and I'll put it as there as an email, and I'll send to everyone who is a parent in our school, not just everyone else. Or after we have done that, we can copy the link and we can set that link on top of our school calendar or something or which we have shortened. I can go on and on, my people. I have to stop at that point. Okay, school website creation, Jehoshaphat Mutai is saying, is something that we need to look at. Yes, Google Sites will be what you go to. Can showcase. By the way, you can even come up a school magazine using Google Slides. A lot of stuff from Google. And at this juncture, I want to stop at that. I want to call for questions. I have gone beyond the normal time. Any questions? Any questions? No questions. Oh, I need to share my screen. Yes, Mr. Ongere, I would want to share my screen, but I think I've stretched my people for long. Any questions, anybody? Thank you, Immaculate. Yes, Ongere.
It's
Hello, Felix.
hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I was asking about the uploading of the files. I've tried to be uploading, but it is slow. I don't know why. For example, when I try to upload most of the documents, they are slow in uploading. I don't know what makes it to be slow.
That could be because of the internet connectivity. Maybe it's a bit slow, or the document is a bit heavy, so you give it more time. Yeah, that could be the issue, but don't worry, because that was a trial. Later on, you can try to, you can just connect with, you can just try it later on to make that happen. Tumutai, that's my number. We are in the group called the EdTech and Innovation Week. I think that's where Innovation Hub, sorry. I'll share also that link so that you can join the community. And we say we are technology agnostic. We do not use a specific technology. We just use what works in our classroom and what can work for all of us. So yes. Anybody else with a question? Ongere, I hope that helps, and we will be connecting over that.
Okay, hello, Doctor.
Yes, Rida.
Okay, I'm trying to type, but fortunately I can't, because it's telling me that you are no longer a participant. So I've just been following without typing something on the screen. I don't know.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for that. Sometimes it does that when you come and leave. So you have a question?
That is it. There was a problem with my connection. That's why I left a bit.
It's all right. It's okay. Sometimes it does that. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Anybody with a question? Okay, Ongeri is back. Before Ongeri speaks, another person.
I'm seeing Said Jilo has his hand up. Saidi.
Okay, yes, Saidi.
I have been but I have realized that most of the apps that we have covered today are also 65.
Saidi, you are breaking. You're not clear, please.
I'm breaking. Oh, this is Tanariva. Am I clear now?
Yes.
I'm asking. I have realized that most of the apps from the Google are also available in the Microsoft 365, like the Google Forms, the Microsoft Forms.
Yes.
Now I'm confused. Now, do I go for the Google Forms or the Microsoft Forms?
Okay, that's a good one. So the reason why we call it educational technology, and we try to expose our teachers to what works and whatever is working and what is possible, is because we do not believe any technology has got it all. Like, for example, the Jamboard. There is Microsoft Whiteboard, but you cannot match Jamboard, because Jamboard, you can use it on your phone. By the time you set up your Gmail, your account, it takes a long time. Google Forms have been there. Joel uses Google Forms, he uses Microsoft Forms. I do the same. Depends on what is accessible to me at what time. And especially if it doesn't work, if you are using Microsoft Forms and don't work and the students are grappling, you use with what parents have, and you want to communicate over the midterm, over the holiday. You send a link to the parents and they're able to use with their phones, which it's easier for you. So we are trying to find what can work in our classrooms. And so there is no confusion at all. We are not calling people to go to Google. We're not calling people to go to Microsoft. We don't sell for anyone. We are just looking for what works. Said Jilo, I hope that fixes that. Don't worry about who is it. We are not loyal to any company. Sorry?
I'm saying thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Daniel.
Ongeri.
Yes, Ongeri, please.
So, I don't know if you had shared about slide, sites, but I normally use it I use sites for e-portfolio. That's keeping the work. I don't know how you explained, but I think I lost you. I don't know if you had explained about it.
My time is so bad. Yes, Google Sites are very good for e-portfolios, especially the days of CBC, and that's why we are sharing all this information. We also are looking at, there are so many tools that we have not looked into. We can even do a yearbook, we can do report writing, sort of writing, keep up. We can do some organization of our, if we are class teachers, especially on Google Slides. There is so much to share, and I'll be giving the direction after these questions. But yes, Google Sites are good for e-portfolio because that is how students are able to complete their work, and you can keep track, and it can last forever. It doesn't have to be something that you drop in the bin of the kitabu inaharibika. Mtoto unaweza ona hiyo kazi yake baadaye, maisha ya mwisho, maisha yajayo.
So I was now asking if there is another app we can use apart from the sites for e-portfolio.
Yes, Google Slides, it's there. It is there because that's what we used to do some reports for some schools, because it shows the child's learning journey, especially in the days of CBC, and also teaching IB or IGCSE. That is also something that works. But also 844, if you want to be different, because even CBC or IB or IGCSE is just a teaching pedagogy. Doesn't matter, just how you're innovative. Doesn't matter what curriculum it is that you're using. The tools are here for us to reinvigorate our teaching, reform, and make a difference, especially for the learners. We know that we are preparing for the fourth industrial revolution. Mr. Ongeri, I'll be sharing that or the next steps from here.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else? Anybody else, people? No. So let me say this. So I've realized that we're doing this and some people are not interested in what we are doing, or some people are finding reasons to be part of this. And so I was called and I was told, I need to do something. And I put together a course for Google Workspace, Macros 365 for teachers. And now it's going to be on in the next few days, that will take you through all the items of Google Workspace, and it will be done weekly, once a week for 4 weeks, and you'll be done with that course. You'll understand every detail. Actually, it's not 4 weeks, it's 6 weeks. You'll be able to understand every tool as it is. But now there is a problem, because now I've been told you have to charge for this, because it's not just be me training or Mr. Joel. We'll have to bring some specialists, someone from Power IT is a friend of ours, and others who are Google trainers. They will be coming in to train you. I don't know if there is anyone with opposition to that, or who thinks that would not be fair. And then after that, you get a certificate from Google themselves for education and STEAMLabs in partnership with them. Anybody who thinks different, do you think you can do that? And they actually charge the course at $14 is how much? $14 is around $1,600. What do you think? Is that something teachers would want to do? It's actually $1,800, yes. 1,800 for the entire Google Workspace. I want to hear opinions, guys, before I end this meeting. Ovin says that's okay. That's okay.
Okay, if it is for the entire course, for the 6 weeks, on my side, it sounds well. I don't think it will be something hard for us. 1,800, not 18,000.
No, 1,800. It's an online course. You go through that for 6 weeks, and that is it.
Yeah, we are really gaining a lot. I'm okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, then thank you very much, everyone. For those who will be able to do that, I'll share more details on the EdTech Innovation Week, and that will be our work to support our teachers and our community, but also by bringing those other partners who will be keen to see to it that we are able to complete that. Lynette, we will have to confirm, and the information will come as we go. Thank you very much for that. We will confirm the details in the next few days, maybe beginning of the month of March. It will be done every week and to be told what time, and we'll agree on how that is delivered. Thank you very much. Back to you, Mr. Joel Kahindi. I am clocking almost 2 hours. I'm so sorry, guys. And thank you very much for this evening. It's always a pleasure to connect with you. What a moment. What a time. Joel, back to you.
Thank you so much, Felix, for the wonderful presentation and the articulation of the Google suits for educators this evening. Indeed, it was fantastic. Personally, I've learned a lot, and I believe all the people on board have also got to learn. Learning is continuous. Thank you so much, and be blessed. At this point in time, I just want to request the members still on board to have their cameras on so that we take a photo, after which we can leave. In the interest of time, we don't intend to spend more time here. So please have your cameras on, then take a photo, take a snap, take a picture, good one, so that you can use it probably to show the world that you keep on learning each and every day. So from my side, I'm taking photos. You can do the same to your devices. 2 minutes for this activity. Two. All right,
Yes.
thank you so much. Can we have someone to pray?
Joel, before you pray, I just wanted to say, before you pray, I just wanted to say that, yes, I've shared something on the chat. I've just said, in case you're sharing on Facebook, on Twitter, you can actually share and say, you can tag STEAMLabs Africa as we continue to grow together. Thank you very much. Let's rise together.
Thank you so much for that. So let's get a volunteer to give us a short prayer so that we can have a rest of the day. Indeed, it has been a long day, but a fruitful one. Who's here to give us a prayer, a short prayer? Ongeri? Yes.
I don't know if you asked me to pray.
Yes, Ongeri, please. Just pray for us.
Okay, let's pray. Baba na Mungu wetu, asante kwa jioni ya leo. Umekuwa mwema kwetu, umetuwezesha kuyasoma yale ambayo yalikuwa yanatarajiwa tusome leo. Asante kwa vile umekuwa kiongozi mwema, na tunajua kwamba utaendelea kutuongoza katika masomo ambayo tutasoma baadaye. Tunapolala usiku, uwe pamoja nasi hadi tutakapokutana. Katika jina la Yesu tumeomba kuamini. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye.